I got hurt.
Oh,
So, and I've, over the course of time, I still get offers for people calling me that doesn't really know that I've retired. So I still get offers about, hey, you want to come do a tour?
they don't
And
have the internet yet.
it's one of the hardest things in the world and stuff to have to tell somebody no.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
But my wife said that the going into the Hall of Fame was the best way I could possibly ask to go out. Because if I went and had a bad match, which I wasn't happy with my last match, it was it happened over in Germany,
No.
but I wasn't really comfortable with it because they had me working in a comedy match, and I never liked doing comedy matches. But going into the Hall of Fame was the right way for me to be able to go out, because if I did another match and it was bad, I'd want to do another one so I could have a good one.
Just be a vicious cycle.
And then she said, if you have a good one, then you're going to think, well, I've got a couple of more in the tank and stuff I could do, maybe a good series. So she said you would have always found a way to keep going. And she said this way is that if it's you found a good way to stop.
That makes sense. Got to get somebody to ground you.
Yeah, and she has. Fortunately, stuff I didn't, or I guess unfortunately, I didn't have her throughout most of my career. So I had her the last couple of years of my career, but she grounded me a lot.
So, how did you turn being a 7-foot monster into being a motivational speaker?
I've always enjoyed working with kids, and it was hard sometimes to have as much interaction with kids as I wanted to have because I was always a heel.
Makes sense.
It was kind of, so I didn't get to do all the autographs I wanted to, and get to have the interaction because I had to be the big bad guy and scare everybody off from me and everything. So this was kind of a way for me to be able to go back and help kids because, most of my talks are the anti-bullying, peer pressure, teenage suicide, those topics. And it's a big problem in today's society with that a lot of kids are facing. So I want to be able to try to be a positive role model for these kids. They've got so much negativity in their life, and so much exposure to negativity that if I can just provide that 30 or 45 minutes that I'm talking to them, if I could just provide them a little bit of positive influence, and if I can reach out and touch one kid, then the time I've spent speaking is well worth it.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine you probably weren't too bullied as a child.
uh, no, I learned more about bullying, truthfully, from being my character wrestling. If you really think about it, stuff. I mean, a lot of the big heels and stuff were nothing but bullies.
Well, that's true.
So I kind of learned the psychology of bully by being a wrestler.
Such an interesting way to come about. I mean, as a kid, I imagine you were a pretty big kid growing up, so you didn't have to
I
worry
got
about that.
teased. I got teased because I was always taller than everybody in my class, and I was real skinny when I grew up.
Oh, okay.
I think when I was high school, I graduated at 6'9", 6'10", but I wasn't 200 pounds soaking wet. So I mean, I was really skinny. I didn't get big until after I got out of basketball and started wrestling.
Start weightlifting.
Yeah, because didn't lift that much weights when I was playing in college.
Yeah.
It was always kind of frowned upon by a lot of college coaches. They didn't really want you lifting weights. Now they're kind of seeing that that's kind of the wrong theory to have, but back then that's what it was.
Yeah.
They're afraid too muscle bound you couldn't shoot.
That makes sense. Now everybody's the opposite. Now everybody's lifting weights.
Yeah,
Going crazy.
completely opposite training ideas now. But so no, I decided to go into that, and my wife is a publicist, so that helps a lot. Being able to have her pushing me and stuff to find your show and some of the other places and stuff that I've spoken on.
Yeah. Do you normally go around to schools and speak, or what's your normal?
I do, and now because it's summer, and the kids aren't in school, so that is kind of a slow period as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
So I'm actually out on the East Coast. I spoke it on a TV show in Baltimore this morning. And then I have one in York, Pennsylvania on Wednesday, Salisbury, Maryland on Thursday, and Ocean City, Maryland on Friday.
So you're pretty big
And
booked up then.
yeah, I'm staying busy and
Yeah.
stuff on the promotional end, I guess. Trying to get ready to start approaching schools about coming in and speaking at schools.
That's awesome. That's a good thing you're doing. It's very noble.
Well, it just gets the word out to a problem that needs to be addressed. And I really don't think it's addressed properly or addressed enough these days.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any message you'd like to share before we wrap things up?
No, just if anybody would like me to come in and speak at their school or their child's school or civic group, they can contact me on jeffbearden.com. You can find me on Twitter at JWB at large, and I've got a Facebook page for the Get Back on Your Feet guy. So that's pretty well how you can contact me if you need to get in touch. And I was just really pleased and stuff to be able to be on your show tonight.
Oh, we are huge wrestling marks from way back when, so this was exciting for us.
Well, whenever y'all feel like discussing wrestling again, let me know, and we'll sit back and kick it around for a little bit longer.
Definitely. I like the sound of that. We are going to do that very soon because we're all, as we're talking wrestling and wrestling from the 80s, all of us just had huge smiles on our faces like we were watching wrestling. It was childish at best.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. So, Jeff, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and talking wrestling.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you hanging out, and we will definitely have you back on to talk some wrestling with us.
I'll be glad.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Y'all take care and have a good night.
All right, have a great
night.
Thank
you, Mr.
night.
Bearden.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's once again, Jeff Bearden, Facebook.com/The Get Back on Your Feet Guy. You can get him at JeffBearden.com as well as JB at Large on Twitter. Slight issues with the Skype connections, which made it a little interesting.
Damn Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
The lights turned off in here, too.
That's right. The gong hit, and I heard a really high-pitched voice. So thank him very much for joining. And that's the problem with Skype sometimes. It causes the bigger delay.
Yep.
So then I'm not sure if he's done talking or not because the delay, because the slow connection. So,
Definitely.
That was unfortunate. Next time we'll do landline. But no, it was really good. That was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We will definitely have him back on for wrestling talk.
Awesome.
I had like wrestling boner the entire time. It was so much fun. It was 80s wrestling time. Anyway, so yeah, once again, before we get on the rest of the show, because we still do have the rest of the show, it's at JWB at large on Twitter, Facebook.com/The Get Back on Your Feet Guy, and Jeff Bearden, BEARDEN.com. If you have a school you want him to speak at, sounds like he would love to do that. So,
or Boys and Girls Club, since it's the summer.
That's
Would
true.
be a perfect place right
Boys
now.
and Girls Club, all of that good stuff. So anyways, all right, let's, where were we in the
Now
show?
back into the news and hit my music.
Hitting your music.
Body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push it over the wire. Perfect timing.
I apologize to the fans of the MMA segment. It's not a very big one this week.
Oh, they're so happy.
darn.
They're so happy.
Ultimate Fight Night 69 was this past Saturday. It was on Fight Pass, which nobody has that I know. I don't. I'm a huge MMA
Must be
fan.
making great money.
But there was a title fight, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk defended her strawweight title of the world, defeated Jessica Penne, or Penne Pasta, as she... I must say, there was a weigh-in. Obviously, there's a weigh-in before every fight card the night before. And before this fight card, Joanna Jędrzejczyk was eating pasta on Instagram and stuff, stirring the pot. It was a nice little build-up. And then at the weigh-ins, Joanna Jędrzejczyk brought out a necklace of penne pasta for Jessica Penne. And Jessica Panay, because the way that Joanna kind of hunches into her crouching position, she looks like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. She just took off her ring and tried to hand it to Joanna.
I saw that.
It was kind of a dirty little
It was
move.
weird. It was like handing jewelry back.
It was really weird, but it was still.
But they were wearing very little clothing, so I was okay with it.
But I guess if that's the way to sell Fight Pass, that's the way to sell it. So, but Jurjic defeated Jessica Panay to defend her strawweight title. Round 3 TKO at 4:22 there. And this Saturday, free fights, midlife.
Free? What?
Listen up. Leota Machida will headline that fight card. He'll fight Yoel Romero. Should be a good
He's
fight.
still around, huh?
He's still around.
I thought he left for a while.
Not yet. No, not yet. Yoel Romero may put him into retirement, though, if he should get knocked out in that fight. Because he got knocked out last fight against Luke Rockhold. And Machida, he's a very prideful fighter. And if he loses Yoel Romero, especially in devastating fashion, he may be done. Might as well. I mean, he's 37 at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Go out, and you're
out.
former champion, made it to a title fight at middleweight, so you know, Leto's had a great career. That'll be in Brazil. It's like an Ultimate Fighter finale for Brazil, so that's this Saturday. There's no other fights really that I give a shit about to talk about, so that is the fighting news.
That's got to be a record.
My favorite.
It is.
Yeah.
We should do that every week.
It's just become my favorite show.
Only one fight per card, Mike, please. Every week.
Please. Yeah, that's great. That's the way to do it. All right. Before we move on to football news, let's do the most important part of the show.
Hello, ladies.
Today's chick of the day. Her name, Sierra Blair Coyle. Coyle. Quite hot. She is a professional rock climber. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't
know you could professionally climb rocks.
It is now.
It is now. And,
Good to know she climbs on hard things.
and
Oh my god.
whatever it is, she's the best at it. Because good lord, Mike's looking her.
It's
up
like
right
a semi-nude picture, but it's like
Yeah.
shadowed in all the wrong places.
Semi-nude, really? I
Her
missed
climbing
that
rocks
one.
nude, but like shadows are covering everything up.
I missed
I
that
know.
one.
I
Yeah,
can't.
It's a very
tell.
tiny photo,
I can't
though.
see the picture. It's either that or Olmec from Hidden Temple. I can't see it.
Purple monkey.
Yeah, there you go.
Or whatever it was. Yeah. So yes, check her out, Sierra Blair Coyle. So
There's some ass.
Yeah, great ass.
Great ass.
She's
got a great ass.
We'll post her up on the Facebook and the Twitter and all that good stuff, and you will not be sorry.
Great ass!
She's pretty good looking.
Yes, she
Yeah,
does.
she-
Hey, before we move on to
yeah,
football,
hey.
yeah. You guys need some Kleenex? Just want to let you guys know, if you're going to do any Amazon shopping, you should do that by clicking on the Amazon banner at thecharitystrike.com. That's right. Just go over to thecharitystrike.com. Click on the Amazon banner. Will not cost you anything extra, but does what?
What?
Does kick a couple of pennies.
Yes.
Freudian slip there.
Wishful thinking. Does kick a couple of pennies in our direction. So please
Buy
do
yourself
that.
some carabiners and climb the wall behind.
Let's not get racist.
Carol, what?
What? Oh, man.
Who do you think's in here?
Daniel's going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rude.
After the show.
That's once it's over. So, anyways, let's talk oddly shaped balls.
It's football nomenclature for when a quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
So Russell Wilson not happy with where the contract talks are going with Seattle. So instead, he's taking out an insurance policy on himself.
With Lloyd's of London.
Didn't say.
That's a wrestling joke.
It's a wrestling joke.
Yeah, that's where all the wrestlers got their insurance policies from.
A lot of famous people do. It's
Yeah.
not just wrestlers.
Yeah,
Other
but
athletes.
wrestlers are the notorious ones are wrestlers. So.
Notorious B.I.G. So yeah, he's taking out an insurance policy because this year he'll get the franchise tag, it looks like, and if he goes down some horrific career-ending injury, I'll rejoice, and he'll be at a lot of fun. I mean, that'd be horrible. That'd be so bad. Johnny Football says he's no longer going to do his money sign when he makes a good play. I said, that's funny.
Damn it.
When did he ever make the money
about to
sign after
say.
a good play?
When do you make
He
a
had
good
one
play?
good rushing touchdown, made the money sign.
Oh, so we saw it once last year.
Yeah, once.
Okay, fair.
Last year? This happened last year?
Once last year.
Oh, wow.
A rushing
Yeah, so-
touchdown.
I don't remember.
It was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is his attempt to be a not distraction on the field. So
I don't think that was the distraction.
Yeah.
I think you being a bad football player was the distraction.
Oh.
I would
That could
welcome
be.
whatever stupid
Yes.
dance or dollar sign you want to
Yeah.
do.
If you were
it-
kicking ass.
right, if-
Exactly.
if it was after an actual good play.
Yes.
That was
Followed
my-
by another good
That
play.
was always my argument. When a football player does a dance, it's like, you don't like it, stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. They should get rid of the whole, excessive celebration rule and just let the other team tackle them. If it's,